Oh my gosh. Hello, League fans and FIMU Alpha people. Welcome to a Week 2 matchup of FIMU Alpha LCS. I am Eric Guy Fieri, just you. I'm joined the cast with Frank, DG, Mad Hatter. I don't remember your Say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. DG, Frank, Caputo. There you go. DG Mad Hatter.
There we go. Close enough. We're here with the match. We have the Tilted Torpedoes versus 7 Shades of Grey. Both teams coming off of 2 week in the first week of matches. And both teams actually had a couple, each of them had one very easily could have won. Just a couple things went awry at certain parts and threw that for a loop. So we're underway with pick ban, and we see Tilted Torpedoes banning away the Alistair, Galio, and Scion, all bans away from Gert on 7 Shades of Grey. And yes, I mean that when I say the Galio and Scion bans to support. Those are picks of his that he likes to play. And then we see the Garen, Malzahar, and Aya bans from 7 Shades of Grey. And we're starting to roll in with pick ban. Frank, what do we see in here so far?
I'm seeing I think that I'm seeing a Bard top, which I'm quite unsure if they're trolling and trading that, or if we're about to see some new meta against the Fiora in this gameplay.
Don't mind me, I totally just fell.
Good on you. I think this is going to be a great game today. I think that we have a very even matchup happening in them. Wait, now that I'm looking at it, Will Brooks also had picked a Jhin, so he might be going bot lane as well.
No, they are. Remember, because when players lock in their roles, so like the top person and the second person, like top to bottom, that's the role they're playing. They can't lane swap at this point. So if Will Brooks is taking that Jhin, it's going mid.
Oh, so General Dill with Mordekaiser on the bot lane. And
Except that hasn't been locked in yet because the stream doesn't know that there's a Mordekaiser been locked in yet. Yes.
Haha, you're welcome.
Ahead of time.
Spoilers. There we are.
It looks like it's going to be a Bard top with a Jhin mid and a Mordekaiser Shogath bot lane. With Shogath with Smite.
History is being made tonight.
Well, what I will say about the Shogath with Smite, first off, for Tilted Torpedoes, that's going to give them so much objective control, because they have 2 Smites, and Shogath's ultimate is Feast, which is essentially another Smite. Go ahead.
Which I am positive that is the doing of General Dylan, because Dylan is very good on knowing macro play, and I think for sure that we're going to see plays with the double smite, with Mordekaiser ulting the dragon, taking it bot lane, just a whole lot of shenanigans coming from this team.
I played a game with these guys one time, and Dylan was playing the Mordekaiser bot. And we took Rift Herald, then we took the Dragon, and then we just 5-manned mid with Rift Herald, more Dragon, and our 5 people. And we were like pushing their inhib tower at 14. It was stupid. And I fully expect that as long as Tilted Torpedoes don't get too far behind in the early game, that we're going to see something like that happen in this game. But yeah, so we have a Bard top. I don't even know what to expect. I imagine Sayato's building AP. He might go on hit. That's the thing about Sayato. Like, Sayato's a pretty solid top laner for what it's worth, but his picks are the goofiest shit that you've ever seen. He plays stuff like Thresh top, Bard top. He'll play Garen, full crit Garen. Like, this is some next level cheese. But it works for him, and that's what I'm really excited to see. Is like, will Jingo and Change potentially like disrespect the Bard damage? Because Bard can deal a lot of damage, especially early.
Yeah, I agree that it'll definitely be a little bit harder for the Fiora potentially in the early game, but if this team doesn't snowball fast enough with their shenanigans, Fiora is just one of the best late game champs. If you look at her percentages going past 25 minutes, it just gets absolutely disgusting.
And you gotta ask yourself, if you're Tilted Torpedoes, who's gonna tank the field late game? You know, you've got the Cho'Gath as a tank, but Cho'Gath is a health tank. And Fiora deals percent health, true damage. It's not that easy for a Cho'Gath to tank a Fiora. So it's. I'm excited. You've seen it here first. You have 4 champions, none of whom are in a role you expected it. Other than maybe the Mordekaiser, but that's not very. Let's even more 80 carry. So we're in for a treat. On the side of Seven Shades of Greg, it's a lot more standard team count. It's a lot more cut and dry how to win the game from their aspect. They want to get to team fights. They want to utilize the Amumu and the Braum engage, and they want to utilize the ability of Syndra and Lucian to clean up team fights, and the Fiora. Whereas on the side of the Torpedoes, you kind of want this game to just kind of be a fiesta and kind of be all over the place, because you have the Nocturne Jhin, which are both picking people out that aren't in places they should be, and Mordekaiser Cho'Gath are going to be very strong if they get into any isolated 2v2s or 3v3s within a turn. But in a full straight up 5v5, none of those champions are very great, because Bard's not going to be that good in a 5v5, especially if you're building damage. Nocturne's not the best in a 5v5. Jin's not the best AD carry for a fight. Mordekaiser is okay, kited very easily, and same thing with So if you're Tilted Torpedoes, I think you just kind of want this game to be mayhem, and eventually you guys win. Like, that's, I think, the win condition for Tilted, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, I think their strong suits is going to be snowballing the game early and looking to have very heavy control over the macro, objective based, getting Rift Herald, getting does anything crazy happen with Rift Herald now when you kill it? Like, can Mordekaiser ult the Rift Herald?
You cannot.
Rito, you need to get on that one.
I don't know if they need to. I'm perfectly fine if.
I mean, who doesn't want 2 Rift Heralds happening at the same time? I mean, we all want
playing against it.
We all want to see that in League of Legends. Come on now, folks.
Oh yeah, we forgot to do that. Rip. So on Tilted Torpedoes.
They don't know what we forgot to do because they can't hear him.
Right. I was just getting there. I was getting there, Frank. Good Lord. Have some patience, young grass. We have Sayato in the top lane. Irios 31 summing in for Bukaki Poro, who is, we don't know where he is. And we have the Will Brooks in mid lane, General Dill at the AD carry, and Oscar Gar as their support. Who we got for Seven Shades of Grey? Frank.
Oh, sorry about that. Seven Shades of Greg will be Jingo Unchained in the top lane, Dat Walrus on Amumu in the jungle, Packer Die Hard 12 as Syndra in the mid lane, OP playing Lucian as AD carry, and Gert as Braum in the bot lane.
All right. I apologize if the beginning of the stream was a little bit. I was like getting set up, and I went to sit down on my chair, and I just completely lost balance and fell and knocked some shit over. so I was a little all over the place. We're back. We're good. We're in game. And I was doing some look on op.gg because I was really intrigued about this Bard from Sayato to see what route he was taking. It looks like he's just going to be going AP. He's running some Magic Pen, armor, magic resistant ability power in his runes, so it doesn't like sound like it's going to be any kind of an on-hit thing since he doesn't have attack speed in his kit. That's not to say that you can't go like an on-hit go Mallet with Rage Blade or something really cheesy like that, but I don't think that's what we're going to be seeing this game. So I would be highly surprised to see any kind of a level 1 plan here. I think we're just going to see a a nice defensive fan out here from Tilted Torpedoes. If you're 7 Shades of Greg, you might look for potential invade. You have the Braum Lucian, which is pretty strong early.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But it looks like Tilted Torpedoes are respecting that fairly heavily, not even giving them that option. So should be a fairly standard start for both junglers. We have the Santa Braum skin. That is one of my favorite skins in the game right now.
Yeah, I've been really proud of the Symphonian LCS for getting their skin game on.
Heck yeah.
Besides the Tilted Torpedoes right now, who are looking a little sad, the skin game has been very good overall this split, which obviously matters the most.
The hilarious thing, we were playing Team Foreskin in our first match, right?
Yes.
And the second game, they weren't able to make the Team Foreskin happen, so they had one skin. So they were Team 4 no skin, and I thought that was pretty funny.
That is clever. Play. Bravo to them.
Now I just want to make sure we're at the same time frame. I am at 142 on my stream.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm at 146 right now, 47.
Okay, cool. So we're even. We're gonna see blue side starts for both junglers. So we see kind of opposite paths, like extremely opposite, as both junglers are next. I imagine you're gonna see both of them go. Maybe just go for a full clear here. Both of Lulu and Nocturne like to get a full clear in there. Under their belt before they try doing too much gank lots, especially Nocturne. The Mumu can get away with that a little more. He's got a little bit easier hearts DC to hit than the Fear that has to take time to channel.
Knock up for Oscar on the bot lane. Taking some good damage on Gerd.
Yeah, that like I've played Cho'Gath support before. Actually, it's really fun.
But OP answers back on General Dill.
Right.
Pull up half health.
But you're so mana hungry. And like you see, Oscar's already. How much mana does he? He has 58, which is not enough for either a Q or. He can't do anything in this lane right now except auto attack. He doesn't even have his 4 spikes level to be able to like get some splash damage from him. And then we got action in the bot lane. We're gonna see a stun coming in onto General Dill. Gonna way. Yep.
Sorry about that. I'm actually not on time with you guys right now.
Looks like we might see a visit here from Irios in the bot. Nocturne's hanging around, and it's gonna be another stun on the General Dill. It's gonna be first blood over to Obi. And Irios is here. He might get stunned up as well. We got the flash.
Stun comes up.
In.
Oh, and double kill goes to OP in the bot lane. Thank you for covering for me as
I got you.
Futzing around with. How do you make the bottom, like where it's recording, pop up? So I can look at gold.
Hit X. Oh, no, hit O. Sorry.
There
and
we
then
go.
X is from their gold to their items.
I think when Shane comes to gank mid lane, but Will Brooks will get away.
Why is Fiora mid lane level 4?
Because
Alright.
Skills are incredible.
Alright.
Too is I think she was winning that farm game in the top lane, and has now left Sayato to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, it gave Sayato a pretty nice breeze. So this is going to make this lane really tough for the Mordekaiser Cho'Gath. That's one of the downsides to running Smite, is it's like if you have an exhaust that you can throw onto OP there, you save General Dill. And yeah, OP's going to take this lead and start to really push it. Say you will get whatever farm you can manage to grab under your tower. We might see a potential play coming topside here from that Brawler if there's pings onto the Bard.
Dashes in, and looks like Dill's gonna go down. Just stepping too far forward there.
And as all that's going on, we got top lane, and it's gonna be a
yeah.
Never mind, nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing
looks like they're not gonna chase that. Which is respectable. They don't know where the Nocturne is.
And he would have been in range to at least like help answer that play. Very slippery to try and catch. With the move speed from getting his shines, from move speed from getting his health shrines, to using Magical Journey, it's not the easiest thing to catch a Bard. So, pretty smart play to just leave it.
And 7 Shades of Grey doing a great job at... Oop, there's a stun onto the Jhin. Oof. And he's going to get down to half health, but be okay.
Yeah, luckily Syndra not level 6 yet for Pack of Diehard, so not really any way to follow up with that, but still good poke damage.
I don't really know what the... Gosh, this tilted torpedoes. That's what they are. The tilted torpedoes were thinking when they decided to put Jhin into a Syndra, because the Syndra was picked.
General Dill's gonna get picked off again and get stunned, and it's gonna... Oh, OP on the solution.
Ooh. Good job parrying, but not enough. Dead in the top lane to Arios.
So we see a kill going over to Tilted Torpedo.
It looks like 7 Shades of Greg is going to rotate towards Dragon, and they are going to start on that Elemental.
And it's going to look like the play that we were hyping up in Champ Select. It's going to be very tough for Tilted Torpedoes to make it happen, where they can get to that point where it's 12 minutes and they're knocking on mid lane for Terrell and Dragons, because they just don't have control of the bot side. They have no way to have any of the pressure. And it's really on General Dill and Oscar getting some outplays here to be able to make something happen. It's going to be so tough into a 4-0 Lucian.
Yeah,
he's going to have him. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, and I don't know if that was planned on the part of 7 Shades of Greg, but if they were thinking, you know, they have this outplay potential to, you know, take the dragons with the feast, the double smite, and they're like, okay, so let's go get it early. Don't know if that was intentional, but it was definitely a very good play on their part.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Like, I keep wanting to talk about this double smite and the Cho'Gath pool.
Fiora just got tempered faded in the top lane.
Can she
and
turn it
Jin's
around?
Gonna answer with the ultimate. Oh, Jhin will get the kill. The Will Brooks with that curtain call to nail the Fiora.
One thing that's there's a lot of things that are worrying for Tilted Torpedoes early in this game, but on top of the 4-0 Lucian, if you look at your solo lanes, both solo laners are down a little bit in farm. Sayato down about 2 waves of farm, and Will Brooks down about 2 waves as well. That's not going to be as huge of a deal early, but if win and you see a Fiora and a Syndra with 30-40 CS leads, their counterparts, that could be trouble for the mid game, because you're just going to have Jhin not at the power spike that needs to be at. You're going to have, it's going to sound crazy, but you're going to have Bard not at the power spike.
Arios is trying to get a gank on the bot lane, but he is on a ward, and he does not know it. Level 6 is coming, and OP is running straight at him. Ooh, failed
the dash.
Up, flash away from Arios, but they do waste the Braum ult and the Lucian ult.
I wouldn't say waste. Those are going to come up a lot faster than Nocturne ult or Nocturne flash. Not that Nocturne necessarily needs his flash to get his kill, because he has his ultimate. But it's
looks like we're going to skirmish here in the top lane. Saito is going to take the journey and get away.
And it's not, and for now that works fine for Saito to be able to just magical journey away through a wall. But there's going to come a time where Jingo and Chan the Seor is just like, all right, let's tango, and he's going to take that magical journey. He's going to follow Saito, and that's when we're going to have to really dancing shoes on, because at that point it's going to be tough.
And something that's so unfortunate too is that Jingo and Shane, despite being down 0-2, or more of saying, unfortunately for Saito, despite being ahead of this Fiora by getting assists and successful ganks in the top lane, Jingo and Shane is keeping ahead in farm. 12 farm lead currently, and I don't see that getting any easier. Because Fiora is just going to get better at farming as the game goes.
Absolutely.
Looks like there is a Nocturne in the mid lane. Curtain call. The fear, but Will Brooks is patient on his curtain call, and
he had 4 shots to hit one of.
He
had 4 shots to hit one of them, and he made it happen. At that point, you just gotta hit one of them. He did his job. Good to go.
Yeah, he should have really hit that curtain call with the fear, just because it would have been easy, because she's CC'd down, but he got it anyway.
Well, I'm thinking maybe even Wilbrooks could have just like auto attacked.
First turret gold's gonna go over to Seven Shades of Greg. Tempered Fate misses in the top lane. Oh, but it looks like the stun gets hit by Sayato, and another gank on Jingo Unchained. Just having a rough time there.
And actually, now is where, if you're Sayato, you're happy. Now you got the kill, and now you're actually going to go up in gold. Not by much, only by 200, but by enough that maybe you can start to pressure that. And he's starting to catch up in farm now with this top lane focus.
Ooh, looks like there's a 3-man gank on Will the Torpedo Brooks. Ooh, but will he get away? No, he will not. The Lucian.
Why did he go that way?
Yes, he should have run the other way. He would have been.
He should have ran towards his Nocturne. Nocturne was right there. Anyway, almost got away.
That
but
calling.
Just not quite. Yeah, I feel like after the flash over the wall, which is a great flash.
Yeah, and the barrier too.
Oh yeah, had he continued to run up towards blue buff, where his Nocturne was, or where Irios was on the Nocturne, he might have been able to survive. And we're going to see a siege coming in here on mid lane, so that they can take this tower straight up through the wave clear, but they're going to get a little bit of damage down on the tower, and a lot of damage down on Irios, who's now going to have to back with Dragon coming up soon, although Irios will be back on the map in time for the Dragon.
Which takes a little pressure off the top lane. Sayato is still staying here. Jingo Unchained is going to be able to push that turret down. And we'll split push a lot faster than this Bard clear.
And I'm not sure that Jingo can take the tower. He's not even going to actually... Oh, he is going to push up onto the tower. So he'll be able to get some decent damage down onto this. If nobody answers, then yeah, this is going to be a tower down.
It looks like Irios is going to rotate to the top side, which is probably a very not a good idea, seeing that, oh, there is a Nocturne ult onto the Fiora, while meanwhile there's a fight in the bot lane. Curtain call goes down by Will the Torpedo Brooks.
Oh, not going to be able to finish the go.
Looks like we're just going to walk away here.
So, Jingo Unchained decided to be very aggressive.
Oh, and we have a kill onto Sayato with that bandage toss and light slinger from Lucian.
Well, and right now, if you're Seven Shades of Grey, you just turn around on the Dragon. You could even take this with 3 members. Looks like they're going to instead play mid.
Oh, instead there's a flash from the Amumu. Bandage. Yeah,
that's close.
That's just a unnecessary. That's just an unnecessary dive. You have the Nocturne in the top lane, stopping the Fiora from split pushing. His ult is down. That should mean free Dragon, especially after a kill on Sayato. I don't know why they aren't going for it.
The only reason I could think of that they wouldn't is because the Cho'Gath was still there with his smite, which will outsmite the Amumu. And they are going to opt to start it up now, a little bit late, but they still see the Nocturne. So
Tempered Fate misses on the Fiora in the top lane.
Yeah, so this is Tilted Torpedoes. We're trying to get a play top lane. Iriel's spending a lot of his time top lane. He is the top lane main, so maybe some of that popping back in.
Early smite from the Amumu, but no splashy Cho'Gath feast plays to get that Dragon.
Yeah, and that's... If this game were even and you're on that Cho'Gath, you maybe go for that play. You go for the take a blast gun over the wall, try and eat it, smite it, run away. But it's such a risky play at this point that you almost give up more than... You're going to have 4 people pushing down onto this mid lane tower. 5 people as Jingo Unchained joins the party. Ult going in onto Will Brooks.
Braum ults to get the turret. Not entirely necessary, but they did get push, the turret.
Yeah, it did push Will Brooks back to not allow him to cleave that wave out in time. Although I think you're right, I think that they would have had that tower with or without the ultimate. I think if you're Seven Shades of Grey here, your next play is Rift Herald. You just think about what's on the map. There's no Dragon up for 5 minutes. Rift Herald's there. You're starting to get control in mid lane now too, not just in bot lane. So now you can start to transition that into mid lane with a Rift Herald. Then you take Rift Herald top, get some control top lane, and you just keep snowballing the lead up the map, trickle it up.
Yeah, if I were the Seven Shades of Greg, I would actually send 4 people to the top lane and send the Fiora who has her TP up, down to bot, help her free farm a little bit, get away from all of these nasty ganks that are happening. Saito bursting down Jingo Unchained. Sorry, but as I was saying, they could easily foreman that turret. Bard would not be able to stop that push, and then opt to take the Herald, while you have a split pushing Fiora that can TP to a fight with her teleport. Just me, but...
Right, and it looks like we're going to see Tilted Torpedoes. We're trying to get that two-man action top lane again, but Jingo Unchained snuffed it out, even without a ward. Probably just knew it was a good time to back, just on a price point and on their health bar. But we might see a tower potentially going over. We're going to get the TP coming in from Jingo Unchained, and there's Rome's
Tempered Fate onto Fiora immediately. Saito is tanking the turret.
But this is a 3v2.
Ooh, Scout of the Week, ultimate onto the Bard, and they clean that up very nicely. Seven Shades of Greg. That is
good
not
rotation.
Good for them. Yeah, great rotation, and they're already behind 5,000 gold. Now they're gonna have this Fiora. They're gonna take that turret easy, top lane. Hopefully, General Dill and Oscar can answer with that bot lane turret, but they're losing so much more.
TP's coming in from Sayato, but I don't know if he'll be here right now.
He'll get it in time, and it looks like they're just gonna kill Sayato again.
I would.
Q from the, again, a little unnecessary with the Bramall. Gert's a little heavy on the, let's smash, Gert smash. But looks like they're gonna go again with the, now looks like they're gonna dive onto the Nocturne. Good ult from Mumu. Curse of the Sad Mummy, and he'll take a couple tower shots, but he's gonna get away.
They just keep finding good 1v3s, 3v2s, good rotation.
Call coming down. General Dill flashes onto the Fiora ult, but looks like she'll get away, and now Gert is going to run away safely too. He should be out fine.
And Will Brooks was opting to fire his shots of the curtain call at that Walrus in the lane.
Meanwhile, Packer Diehard in the mid lane, getting a little damage done with those double buffs.
Managed to hit one of the shots onto that Walrus, but after a flash from that Walrus was not able to finish it. And we're going to see Rift Herald summon by. OP is opting to be the split pusher, not the Fiora in this.
Yeah, that's really interesting that they put it onto. Why is he staying?
He's
for
gonna
that?
be dead.
Ooh. Yeah, he's majorly dead. Oh, but they do answer with Packer Diehard killing General Dill. So I guess it's worth it. They Lucian flashed, I believe.
It's honestly way worth it. You get a kill onto your Mordekaiser. You get the shutdown gold onto Packer. Yes, you lose the tower, but you just need any kind of gold infusion. And we're going to see a play coming in your mid lane, but it's a 2v3.
Don't know why he used Paranoia on the Syndra. I don't know why he thought that maybe he thought that Packer Diehard was alone, and Saito and Irios could do work on the Syndra, but kind of wasted all long cooldown, but it's okay.
And if we're talking about this Bard, I know it's a little tough to theory craft a top lane. I'm not a big fan of the build, and the main reason is because of the Moby boots. I just think Moby boots on supports are fine because you want to get in range to do whatever it is you're, and then your carries clean up. But like if you're on a top lane Bard, you're constantly farming, you're constantly auto attacking, you're confused. You're never. Yes, you have the roaming potential, but like in the middle, if you get hit with anything, you're so slow. That's the drawback to Moby.
It looks like Packer Diehard is cheesing this bush with his orbs, with those dark spheres, trying to scare to the weak and maybe pick off one of the unsuspecting torpedoes. But it looks like that's not going to happen.
Really just getting set up for the face check that's inevitably happening for this dragon.
Curtain Call goes down for the dragon that they assume. Calling, and
He's face taking him more.
Flashes away. Good flash by Gert to get back to the rest of his team. Sato is also Down hits a Q, but fight continues. Curse of the Sad Mummy to keep the Lucian alive. Flash down by Arios. Also
OP
in the
should get
general
away.
bill, and he lives with less than 30 health.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
However, all of this time, Jingo's just pushing top lane.
Yeah, which Fiora. Incredible.
And they got, and Tilted Torpedoes got nothing. Yes, they got some summoners. They didn't even get a summoner from OP as he had blown both the summoners last time he died. They got the exhaust out of Gert. That was actually the only summoner that they got, was the exhaust from Gert.
And not to mention that Arios did flash to try and catch the Lucian before he got away.
And General Dill healed, so they didn't even win the summoner spell on that play. They lost everything. They didn't get a kill. They're not going to get this Infernal Dragon, and they lost the top ranger too. It's in a rough spot. You're going to need some wicked outplays here to make anything happen.
Yeah, despite Seven Shades of Greg having no scatter the flash down by Will the Torpedo Brooks and his barrier as well.
Yeah, and they're just losing
just
vision
barely. Sato just barely dodges that bandage toss and the double ward as they're gonna steal this red buff. Good on Seven Shades of Greg trying to take the jungle, but it looks like Packer Diehard is gonna die for it. Flash by Oscar in a really awful direction, but Sato will flash to get the kill.
Well, and they do have a Syndra Ghost now, so they can take this tower for a little bit. But our Irios and Will Brooks have just been caught out in their red side jungle.
Looks like Jingo. Looks like Will the Torpedo Brooks just gets demolished by Dat Walrus, OP, and Gert. And now they're going to come up from behind. Lucian leading. I don't know why. Bandage toss on a General Dill. Bardolph. Not Bard.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Frank.
Rom alt to General Dill.
And
there's so much happening.
It's going to be clean ace, and we got pings onto Baron.
I just wanted to quickly go back and talk about the kill onto Packer Diehard. Even though they did get the Cinder Ghost, it was absolutely not worth it losing, I believe, Nocturne Alt, Syato Flash, and Flash from Oscar. And now Seven Shades of Greg just easily going to take Baron.
Which just unlocks the split push potential even more.
Yeah. Notice the gold difference is about 10,000 right now. Yes,
a little
with
under.
3 dragons.
Might as well call it 10. And very good snowballing dragons, with it being 2 Mountain Drakes and an Inferno. If you're ahead, those are the dragons you want to see. If you're behind, you want to see them to have like triple Cloud Drake. Something that doesn't really give them the in-combat. It's just going to be so hard to win these fights. And piggybacking off of what you were saying, when they got that pick on the Packer Diehard, and they used a lot of stuff to get it, I think that pick initially is fine, if their group is 5. But they were then grouped as 3, while Irios and Will Brooks were as 2, but we see some nice picks going down in
Unbreakable
mid lane.
stopping.
Yeah, Gert on this Braum actually having getting a lot of mileage out of Unbreakable, between the damage from Jhin, the damage from Bard. There's a lot of things that Braum can stop in this game. I just think after that pick onto the Syndra, had they been grouped as, they would have been okay, because they had a chance for a 4v. But Irios and Will Brooks got caught in the red side jungle, making it a 4v3, and then you lose the advantage that you just worked to get. So I don't think it was a bad play. I just think the rest of the macro after that play was a little bit misexecuted.
Yeah, I'm just OP going hard on Sato and kill him. Glacial Fisher hits General Dill. The calling. Oscar. Curtain call, not doing enough damage. Curse of the Sad Mummy. General Dill gets blown up. I think this is going to be game here, folks.
Because again, Jingo and Chain just split pushing, just taking towers.
And
my gosh.
They're just too far behind and trying to take fights that aren't really worth it. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen a surrender in the PMA LCS, but
we forced one in our first series, But
victory goes.
wow,
That-
the Q damage from Opie onto Sayato dealt literally half his health bar. I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
Wow.
12 and 2 Lucian. That's
Yeah, so going to these damage charts, not a lot happening. The Bard actually had the most on team of the Tilted Torpedoes with 7,202. Closely following was Arios with his 6,156. You know, Lucian did more damage than Saedo, Arios, and Oscar combined.
Wow. So, in my opinion, I feel like this comp could have worked out a lot better had you switched the Cho'Gath. I understand Saito likes his cheese picks. I do know he also plays the Cho'Gath. So take the Cho'Gath top. It's not a great lane into Fiora, but if you play the Cho'Gath well enough, you can still win that lane. And then the Bard can do a lot more to help the Mordekaiser because then you have somebody ranged in that lane. You have some way to harass from a distance.
Yeah,
outside of an unreliable skill shot from Cho'Gath. I just think that.
Sorry, keep going.
No. I just think that I think if they switch those two picks, I think it's so much more success.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally just not a fan of this playstyle in general, just because, as we had said at the beginning, they had such great ideas for the objective, but to start the game, the Lucian got the double kill, and the cheese that they need, for their team to thrive and survive, was just not happening. They were getting great picks on the Fiora, but the Fiora is the one who's going to, eventually outscale their whole team anyway. And she just got left alone to split push and catch back up. So,
and if we're talking about an MVP, I almost have to give Gert. I know Opie was huge, but Gert was playing pretty well. Gert was always where he needed to be. Gert was always doing what he needed to do, and while maybe sometimes he had a couple of overzealous ults, they never missed. He would throw them and they would still hit, and they would still secure whatever kill they were trying to get.
See, you're gonna go. I mean, you go with the Gert 10-15, doing a great job. I'm feeling closer a little bit to Dat Walrus, only because a lot of the picks that were happening were coming from flash bandage tosses. His bandage tosses were hitting at his hit on that. He had a very high percentage, and Curse of the Sad Mummy, the majority of time, unless they were picking off Nocturne in the top lane, were hitting 3 or 4 people each ultimate. And Gert missed a lot of his ultimates. As I said, Gert smash, but Gert didn't smash often. I agree with you.
He hit him. It just maybe it was. I can see what you're saying, where it wasn't necessarily. Maybe it was overkill. Is all you're saying on the Gert? The glacial fissures.
And I think he was in the right places, as you were mentioning. But I think for pick potential and really, really getting his almost all of his team snowballing, I'm leaning closer to the Dat Walrus.
And we still can't. We're talking about Gert and Dat Walrus. We still cannot forget about Opie, because Opie played out of his brains that game, all things considered. Whoever was sitting at the kills. Huge damage charts. 12, 2, and 5. You could still very easily be many people's thought for the MVP in that game. I know, and this is something that somebody brought up with